Hello class, my name is Donna Patrick and this is my video reflection on language and dialect. I've lived in the southeast portion of the US my entire life, in Tennessee until I was 10. That's where all of my grandparents, aunts, uncles, cousins, that's where my family originated from. But my paternal grandmother, the only grandparent who was alive when I was born, was an English teacher. She insisted on words being pronounced correctly. She was never Meemaw or Grandma or anything but grandmother to me and mother to her four sons. My father was her oldest. I remember going to a family reunion in Rockwood, Tennessee, and one of my cousins was telling me a story about something that happened over yonder in the holler, and he was referencing yins. I had to ask him what yens was, and he said, yens, yens, youans. And then I understood. We moved to Florida when I was 11, and that's where I grew up and became a hairstylist. Florida was a melting pot of accents. You could get any accent because of the snowbirds. I became good friends with a coworker who was from Oklahoma. She would say things like, "Good Lord willing and the creek don't rise," and "Well, bless your heart." Another friend who grew up in the country part of Central Florida told me that you can say anything you want about a person as long as you end it with "bless their heart." I think that in her mind made it more of a prayer request and less of gossip. I've noticed many changes to language as far as slang goes. I've raised four kids and had a part in raising four stepkids. They're all in their 20s and 30s now, and they're all very different. The youngest of all eight of the kids has been kind of hilarious to me in that I've sort of played a game with him through the years. When he was in middle school, he started trying to be cool using the latest slang words, and I would learn those words and what they meant and use them, I think, in the proper context when he would come over on the weekends. He would get so upset about it. He would say things like, "You're not cool, Miss Donna. Stop trying to be cool." And I would laugh because he gave such big reactions. Some examples of these words are bling for expensive clothing and jewelry, crunk, which is a combination of crazy and drunk, or can refer to a style of hip hop music. Word is used to show agreement. Baller is slang for successful or skilled in a flashy way. Cringe means something awkward or embarrassing, which I'm sure is what Nicholas thought I was. Tea, as in give me the tea, referring to gossip. Yeet, like he yeeted out of there when he saw his date wasn't pretty. Swag is someone with style. Lit describes something exciting. Turnt can mean under the influence of drugs or alcohol, or it can mean excited or energized. On fleek, this was one that really annoyed Nicholas when I would use it. It means something that is extremely good, attractive, or stylish, which I think he thought I never was. Bae is a term of endearment, and I always thought that was short for babe or baby, but it's actually an acronym for before anyone else, which I thought was very sweet. I've recently learned about Riz, which is short for charisma and basically means to charm or woo someone. I'm going to use that one in the next conversation I have with Nicholas. And then there's OMG, LOL, YOLO, which those have been around for a while. And yeah, so many words have been introduced into the English language on top of the examples I've already mentioned. Emoji was not a word when I was young. It became a word in 1999. Here are some words that have faded away: groovy, radical, far out, gnarly, bogus, tubular, swell, and dapper. Those are all words that we don't really hear anymore. I think the main reason for changes in slang has to do with technological advances. The rise of the internet and social media platforms has significantly influenced language. New slang and jargon spread rapidly through Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. Increased global communication allows for the exchange of cultural and linguistic elements across different regions and countries, leading to the adoption of new words and phrases. But there's also generational differences, regional influences, and cultural trends. Thanks for watching, and let me know if I got any of these slang definitions wrong, because that's a real possibility.